Welcome to Surviving the Side Hustle podcast. This is a place where we dive into all things side hustle and help educate, inspire, and activate so you can go from struggling to succeeding. I'm your host, Coach Rob Trezy, an expert at helping highly driven young professionals maximize their well-being and optimize their life and business. If you're an early stage entrepreneur, or AKA side hustle CEO, that's struggling to get your new business off the ground while also taking care of yourself, then this is the show for you. We're talking personal and professional growth strategies. Now, let's get into it. What is good? And welcome to Surviving the Side Hustle podcast. I'm your host, Rob Trezy, and this is the show where I'm going to be interviewing other entrepreneurs across all different industries and different stages on their entrepreneurial journey. And I'm going to have them share a little bit about themselves, who it is that they help, how they help them, sharing some different challenges and obstacles that they might have overcome or possibly are still working their ways through. And then at the end, I want them hopefully helping us share a little bit of tips and tricks on how they keep themselves performing at the top of their game. A little background on myself. Been in the entrepreneurial world for a couple of years now. Started off back as a strength and conditioning coach, where I jumped into the private sector, quickly scaling up my book of clients to the point where I was working 8 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I was doing this for 2 to 3 years. And it got to the point where I realized that that's not any way to live. And it got to a point where my life was just kind of crumbling, falling apart, and relationships were deteriorating. My health was out of whack. I was the weakest I ever been. And as a strength and conditioning coach, you gotta walk the walk if you want to talk the talk. So I realized I needed to take a few steps back and I needed to reanalyze everything that I had going on in life. And that's really where I dove in and really took a turn with my coaching and really dove deep into the entrepreneurial world. And I encourage you to follow me along on this journey where, like I said, I'm going to be interviewing other entrepreneurs and hopefully learn a few things and share some wisdom and have a blast while doing it. Thank you so much, guys, for being here and looking to have a lot of fun. That's all we've got for this episode of Surviving the Side Hustle podcast. One thing that would really help both us and other new potential listeners is for you to rate this show and leave us a comment on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you're tuning in from. Also, be sure to connect with us at survivingthesidehustle.com and make sure to just share this podcast with anybody who you think might enjoy it. Until next time, remember, with the right strategies, you can be happy and healthy while building your side hustle.